Federal employees, can you lose your constitutional rights by crossing a state line? Well, yesterday the Supreme Court took up a case that could flip your constitutional protections on and off like a light switch whenever you cross a state line. This might be the most important Supreme Court case of your lifetime. So what's going on? Well, the justices heard arguments over President Trump's attempt to end birthright citizenship. The order itself almost certainly violates the 14th Amendment, but the court zoomed in on something even bigger. Should lower court judges keep the power to issue nationwide injunctions, right? The legal fire alarm that can freeze an illegal policy everywhere instantly. Picture the fall off if that safeguard disappears. One judge blocks a policy in New Jersey, it's enforced in Virginia, and your rights hinge on a zip code. Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson warned the government lawyer that this would create a catch-me-if-you-can system where every citizen would need their own lawsuit just to stop rights violations. And then came the jaw-dropper. Justice Amy Coney Barrett asked Solicitor General John Sauer whether the administration would obey a ruling from an appeals court for everyone in that circuit. And Sauer wouldn't say so. He said the Department of Justice would only, quote, generally follow it. Barrett actually repeated the word generally in disbelief, and that's the executive branch hinting it can cherry pick which binding orders from the courts to honor. If the court guts nationwide injunctions and the government feels free to generally ignore appellate decisions, here's the nightmare. Illegal policies keep rolling out while thousands of people scramble for lawyers, justice gets slower and pricier, and federal employees could be ordered to enforce rules that courts have already flagged as unconstitutional by an appellate court. Here's why that matters right now. In just the last 4 months, nationwide injunctions have been the only shield, or one of the major shields, I would say, between federal workers and sweeping executive actions. A Maryland judge froze anti-DEI orders that threatened speech and funding across every agency. A D.C. court stopped an order that would have stripped collective bargaining rights from hundreds of thousands of employees. The San Francisco judge halted mass RIFs and a wholesale government reorg. And when one judge reinstated 1,600 wrongfully fired probationary feds, the Supreme Court's own stay showed how quickly those protections can vanish. Take away nationwide injunction, and each of these wins turns into a patchwork of uncertainty, or disappears entirely, leaving your job security, union rights, and even reinstatement after illegal firings hanging by a thread. A ruling is coming late June or early July, and we'll break it down the moment that it lands. Please follow me, share this video, and tag a colleague, because if the courts lose this tool, defending your rights just got a lot harder. Please stay alert, stay care, and thank you for your support. Hope you have a good day.